you are so faithful, whether you had any premonition.
Erika Kirk just announced that she's 8 weeks pregnant. Her husband's been gone for 10 weeks.
And I was praying to God that I was pregnant when he got murdered.
Of that once.
Erika Kirk is panicking right now after JD Vance allegedly denied being the father of her unborn baby. And if you've been keeping up with the tabloids, then you already know why this is blowing up the way it is, because the speculation going around says Erika is about 8 weeks pregnant while Charlie Kirk has been dead for about 10 weeks, which leaves everyone asking the exact same question. So, who's the father? A question people swear they already know the answer to, but nobody wants to say out loud. And making things even worse, Usha Vance has been seen without her wedding ring. And that one small detail changed the whole mood overnight. This is something you don't want to miss out on. So, let's dive right in. Okay, so this whole situation started going left the minute Erika started talking about what was happening before Charlie.
I was praying to God that I was pregnant when he got murdered. Especially if you're a young woman, don't put it off. You can always have a career. You can always, go back to work.
But
Charlie died. She went into that interview saying she was praying she was pregnant at the time, talking about how she and Charlie wanted 4 kids, how couples shouldn't wait, how babies come first, all that emotional stuff. But the internet wasn't eating that up at all. The mood instantly switched because people have been watching Erika for a while, and the comments popped off the second she opened her mouth. One person said, "She's literally never with the kid she has now." And honestly, that was the moment everything cracked. Everyone had been thinking that already. Somebody just finally said it. Then another person was like, "That is such a weird thing to pray for after your husband has been killed. Like, you already got kids." Personally, I would pray for justice and...
Erika Kirk just announced that she's 8 weeks pregnant. Her husband's been gone for 10 weeks. But that's not the issue.
In peace. And once that was said, yeah, people stopped pretending the story she was telling made sense. It wasn't giving heartbroken widow. It was giving something isn't adding up. But things got really chaotic when people started whispering that she might already be around 8 weeks pregnant. And
we all knew that. We all knew that, or we have an inkling on Erika and JD Vance having an affair, right?
It took about 5 seconds for everyone to remember Charlie's been gone for 10. That timeline alone had the internet staring at their phones like, come on! And once people did the math, the whole comment section turned into predictions. Someone dropped, "She's marrying JD Vance in 2027. Watch it happen." And the way that comment blew up, people didn't treat it like shade. They treated it like a spoiler. Like, yeah, this, and the cherry on top, Usha Vance stepped out without her wedding ring. And that tiny detail, it changed everything. You don't just show up ringless in the middle of a scandal unless something is going down behind the scenes. At this point, everyone feels like the real story is sitting right there in plain sight. Erika just isn't ready to be the one who admits it. Where did all these affair rumors even start? Well, as y'all probably saw, it goes right back to that turning point event, the hug that basically lit the match. That clip has been replayed so many times, it feels like everyone has it memorized at this point. So, when people started...
As I've told her and I've said publicly, and I'll say now in front of 10,000 of my closest friends, do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah.
Started whispering about her being around 8 weeks pregnant, they went right back to that hug like it suddenly explained the whole situation. The turning point hug wasn't the only thing people talked about from that event.
Look how much better humanity and our world is. We're saving Christianity. We're saving God. We're saving the family unit. We're saving this nation.
As y'all probably know, JD is married and Usha was literally right there at the same event. So, when he suddenly made that comment about wishing she would convert to Christianity, it didn't sound playful at all. It came off like something between them was...
Erika Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow and the head of Turning Points USA, has now said that there's an effort to support JD Vance in 2028 that is...
It's already strained. And he just let it slip on stage with everyone watching. Interview.3.57409, and the moment just became more chaotic because of the audience he was attempting to pander to. Supporters of Makkah adore their Christian family perception. Therefore,
I hug is
Yes,
like,
you're an intense hugger. It's
whoever
awesome.
is like hating on a hug needs a hug themselves. I will give you a.
it doesn't suit that description to hear JD criticize his own wife. Yes, people became aware of it, right? Away.interview.4.24.28. Then the situation took another turn. JD is being pushed as the front runner for the 2028 presidency. The next big conservative star, the one everyone's lining up behind. And right in the middle of that buildup, Erika casually says there are already plans to support JD Vance in 228.interview.4.43/4.54. And of course, the hug came up again when Erika sat down with Megyn Kelly. There was no avoiding.
The next Vice President of the United States, JD Vance.
It. Megyn asked her straight up about the way people reacted, and Erika brushed it off like the whole thing was ridiculous. She laughed, rolled her eyes, and said she's a hugger, that the moment was emotional, and that touching the back of someone's head is just something she does. Interview.5.12.5.22. She concluded the Megyn Kelly interview by stating that she isn't upset with Tyler Robinson, since doing so would divert her attention from raising her children. To be honest, though, hardly one was paying attention to the case at the time, and things will only grow worse from here. You can see why JD Vance would quickly put an end to the pregnancy rumors with everything that has transpired. He would have every motive in the world to deny being the father before the narrative takes on a life of its own. But again,
undo.
Usha Vance was not wearing her wedding ring at her most recent appearance with Melania Trump at that military base a couple of days ago.
and this is just hypothetical. To begin with, this image of a spotless family man is the foundation of his entire political career. The brand is that he is being marketed as such. A covert pregnancy with your closest friend, a widow whose spouse recently passed away. His public image would be destroyed in a matter of seconds, particularly given the audience he's attempting to attract to you. Don't come out of it unscathed. Interview.6.04, 6.16. Then you have the 2028 storyline. He's being rolled out as the next big Republican figure, the one they want to push forward. And scandals like this, yeah, those don't just slow down campaigns, they destroy them. One headline about an affair or a baby outside his marriage, and his entire future goes dark. Do you view Vice President JD Vance as your successor, the Republican nominee in 2028? No, but he's very capable. I mean, I don't think that I think you have a lot of very capable people, so, I think he's doing a fantastic job. And it gets worse when you look at what's happening at home. Usha stepping out without her wedding ring wasn't just a random detail. It was a signal. If something did happen behind the scenes, he knows that losing her during a scandal would make everything look 10 times worse. Denying the rumor buys him time, distance, and control before the internet starts drawing conclusions he can't undo. Interview 7.047.11. Furthermore, the timeline that people are always discussing puts him in a bad spot. Charlie was gone for 10 weeks. Erika was about 8 weeks pregnant. And the turning point hug kept playing over and over. He is fully aware of how guilty that appears. Before public maths does harm on its own, the denial serves as self-defense. Furthermore, let's not fool about the MAGA base. Scandals that appear to be hypocritical or not tolerated by them. They simply don't. And the loudest fans would suddenly become the loudest critics as a result of this. That's not something he's risking. The family angle is another. He would be aware that the consequences wouldn't only affect him if he were truly involved. His wife, his children, and even Erika's children would be affected. Denying it provides him with a buffer while things settle down, or he works out how to deal with whatever is actually going on behind closed doors. However, This is where the entire narrative takes a turn for the worse. Because the one question that no one can answer at the moment is straightforward and directly related to the title. Why does it appear that someone is already spiraling if JD has nothing to do with Erika's pregnancy? In all honesty, we might eventually discover who has been concealing the facts this entire time when anything goes wrong.